Good afternoon from InvestSharp. This is Randy Smotone with your Wednesday, December the 30th market update. On the economic front, we had the Chicago PMI, which beat expectations, coming in at 60. Forecast was for 54.9. I think yesterday I mentioned 59. I don't know where I pulled that from. And we had the EIA Petroleum Status Report, which showed a drawdown of 1.5 million barrels. For tomorrow, we have the jobless claims. The prior week was for 452,000, and we're also going to have the EIA Nat Gas Report. The dollar was down to flat, and oil and copper were up. Gold and silver were down. Light sweet crude futures were up 41 cents to settle at $78.28. So now we're taking a look at the point figure chart for the West Texas Intermediate crude. We've been tracking this lately. We still haven't taken out this 80. That's an area to watch. There's resistance up in this area. Let's go over to the Dow. Dow closed up 3 points to 10,548. S&P closed up 22 cents, so we're still at 1,126, and the Nasdaq closed up 2 points to 2,291. So as you can see here on the Dow, this candle, this 10,500 area should be support, which was prior resistance. We came down today to 10,505, and some little bit of buy-in came in. So that looks pretty good. MACD's kind of flatlining here. So the market's kind of flatlining. I'm bored out of my mind today watching paint dry. There was a few things actually flying today, but overall the market was pretty boring. So S&P, same with it. We made a low of 1,121 and some more buying come in. So this 1,120 should have a little bit of support here. Let's keep an eye on that. Let's look at Goldman Sachs. We'll look at the financials. Goldman Sachs recently came out of this continuation wedge, this falling wedge, which is bullish. Actually, some buying kicked on Goldman Sachs today, and it looks pretty good. XLF broke above this bearish trend line, but now it's just flat line. It was up a whole penny. Their financials are not really aren't performing very well at all right now. Let's go over, take a look at gold ETF, GLD. Still stuck between the 105 support and the 110 resistance, and we did come off the lows a little bit today. SLV, same with it. It's just actually that candle, it was just kind of equal buying and selling today. Didn't go anywhere. Let's look at the volatility index, the VIX. The VIX was down just slightly. The MACD's turned up just a little bit. We'll have to keep an eye on the VIX. Like I said, it looks like it's kind of coiling up. Not sure where it's headed. Probably may get back up to here, or we could break down further, but I'm guessing we probably go higher before we go lower, which means the market would pull back a little bit. All right, seven of the 16 sectors we follow finished in the green today. Semis had the larger percent gain of 1.46%, and gold index was the weakest, down 0.89%. Take a quick look here. Here's the semis. And here's the gold and everything in between. So over to Chart Watch. First, we'll look at Vimple. I like Vimple here. It has some trend line support. If it takes out this low at, say, 18.13, if it takes that out by 20 cents or so, I'd probably bail on it. But I think you have a low risk entry here if you're been waiting to buy Vimple. Kong, tweeted about Kong this morning. This thing's flying. Another continuation wedge, and tons of buying. I'm taking, there's probably some short interest in this one since it's up so much. I took half of mine off. I still am in it, but I took half off today, and I'm just keeping an eye on it from here. PAL breakout today, great volume, broke out here, looks good for higher prices. Keep your eye on that one. Deck, sending triangle breakout today, lots of volume. MACD looks good for higher prices. Target 108 to 110. JASO, J Solar looks like it's in a bull flag, so I would wait till it breaks out above, say, about 6 or so out of that flag, and then you could jump in there on that one, or you could actually do a low risk entry here. And then if it takes out today's low by, say, 25 cents, you could bail on it. Pega Systems, another one that I own. Should have support right in this area, so keep your eye on it. It's kind of equal buying and selling today. It really didn't go much of anywhere. but I think it looks pretty good here. IMAX, talked about this one yesterday, broke out of that pin with lots of volume, went much higher today on the back of the new 3D movie. FFIV, another one that I've owned for a while, has an ascending triangle, had some volume kicking in today. I think it's good to go for higher prices, but break out there around 53. And then we've already talked about Goldman Sachs. YGE, another one I like, looks like it's got a bull flag. Another one you could buy as it breaks out above the channel of that flag. Qualcomm, we've been talking about this. This one still looks good. Seems like they want to buy it now. Cozon, keep talking about this one. Pulled back a little bit. Should have support right in this area, and I like this one long term as well. It's sugar ethanol play in Brazil. ICE, Intercontinental Exchange, should have some room to run from here out of that ascending triangle still. The one I like even better for a low risk buy point here is the CME, setting right at that $335 support area. AMB, Ambac Properties, they start buying there around that 25.50 support. I like it. If it takes out the low of today, another one, just bail on it. Low risk entries. Apple, buying it around 208, looks good for higher prices. Come on, chart. There we go. Green Plains Renewable Energy, I like it around this 14 area or so. Had lots of volume coming in. I think it should have higher prices over the next few days to weeks. Hogs broke out of this symmetrical triangle. It still looks good for higher prices. Talked about PCU because copper, I think you have a low risk buy point on PCU. If it takes out today's low by, I don't know, 50 cents to $1, you can bail on it, but there was a little buying in copper today. XTEX, it looks good. It's been acting really strong of late. SNX, recent breakout. Still wants to go higher every day, pretty much. Silicon Graphics, looks like it's got a little bull flag. Should have support around that $7 mark. SYNM. I like this one. Another one around, come on, there we go. Like this one. It's got, as long as it holds this middle of this bullish candle at 254, I like it here. If it takes out the low by say about 25% of half of this candle, I would bail on it. Typically, you can often use on these big bullish candles. See here, you can use half of the candle as your support area. If it takes it out, then don't get in. But they'll often hold that half a candle on these big bullish candles. So keep that in mind. EWC, I was talking about this, Canada. It looks good. I like it. The closer it gets to that uptrend, this bullish trend line, the better. But I still think it looks pretty good here. And then Atwood, Oceanics, I like it right near its bullish trend line as well. If it breaks it, bail out. Urban still looks good. Been talking about it. Another ascending triangle looks good. eBay didn't do much of anything today. Hold 12 cents, but I still like it. It's holding up well right in that area. URS, I like it right here around the support. If it takes out the low by 50 cents or so, you can bail on it. And RIG, I like it here. Again, if it takes out the low, I might give RIG $1 or so. If it takes out the low of the day, then you can bail out on it. All right, let's take a look at the current market signals. We follow the point and figure charts of the Dow, NASDAQ, and S&P. All three remain on buy signals, and they all look good, no changes. That's it for today. Thanks for joining me, and remember to always invest sharp.